Holly and Scott McKhann here at our house major transformation in San Clemente, showing you a couple of the latest things that are going on. We're going to talk about siding and decking today. So Scott, tell our viewers what is going on with the siding and what this material is and how it works.
Sure. So we had to decide, we wanted to put accent siding up. We're going to have white smooth stucco, but also with accents.
On the exterior of the home.
Yeah. So I ended up selecting this material. It's from a company called New Tech Wood. I got it at Ganal Lumber. It's basically a plastic, but it
ridges too.
It has, the way it installs it, it goes vertically, and then the piece overlaps the next piece, so water will run down the face of it. But it's really interesting actually because, so we have it coming up on this wall over here. You can see it down below, starting to come up. Behind it, we put this white Tyvek material, which is a waterproofing material that breathes. And actually the way this installs, it sits out from the wall, from the Tyvek, about 1/4 of an inch, so that even if any water gets behind, it's not pegged against the wood framing. It just has this space where it can run down to the bottom. So
it won't trap moisture,
right,
and grow mold or mildew or whatever it could.
Right. And
so it's a really good system of.
And I also wanted a plasticky material versus a natural wood, just because natural wood, it fades, it warps, it
rots,
twists, it rots,
it's
all kinds of
stuff.
Termites. So I wanted a man-made material that would last forever and would be maintenance free. You don't have to restain it, re-oil it, all kinds of stuff.
Very plasticky. So cool. Okay, next I want you to tell them, I thought this was a perfect opportunity to show how the waterproofing process happens on an exterior deck. So maybe you can fold that back and reveal what's underneath.
Sure. So we're waterproofing this entry deck.
This is the front door right here where it's going to be. We're going to have a very big, wide, and tall pivot door. Can't wait to show you that in the future. Yeah.
So around the perimeter, you can see we have L metal or sheet metal that comes up the wall and then goes down so that water will get onto this material. And then there's multiple layers of material that get built up. This is the first pass. So what happens is, straight over the plywood goes this material, which is, they call it sheet membrane, and it's a waterproofing. And then they put this diamond lath metal and they staple it. You can see how many staples they put. They just staple it like crazy because they want it to be super well adhered to the plywood. And then they put the cementy, waterproof cementy material over it, and it grips into the metal and stays there. So we had left this open because we need to build a railing here, and we need to do that before we finish this. So that's why that's undone. But and after this layer, there's 2 or 3 more layers of kind of a roll-on liquidy material that then hardens and dries and makes it waterproof. So put a lot of effort into the decks to make sure that they are waterproof and stay waterproof.
Yeah, okay, so that's about it for some of the major things that have been happening. We've been going kind of slow, waiting for the details on electrical, the details on plumbing, the details on HVAC, getting inspections and then getting corrections. So just trying to get all that done, right?
Well, yeah, and we had a couple windows that came that needed to be replaced. They weren't right. They were a little misshapen, and I couldn't live with it. So
and with the whole domino effect, when you're building a home or renovating a home, there's obviously an order of operations. So those windows and the doors have to be replaced before we can proceed, to the outside. And we can't even do the rest of the outside stucco until the inside is what we need: insulation.
Insulation and then drywall. The drywall has to be on before you stucco.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they hang drywall with nails, and if they're pounding on the inside of the wall, then it will be breaking the stucco on the outside. So they want the drywall hung first, and then the stucco can go on the outside.
Yep. So it's a lot of steps, and we have to make sure that the right trades are ready at the right time. And sometimes we're just waiting for the right trades. Oh, and our other big holdup has been fire sprinklers, right?
Yeah.
That's probably been the biggest holdup. And why don't you tell them a little bit about that and why?
Well, the fire sprinkler company messed up. I won't say who. And they didn't get the plans approved quickly with Orange County Fire Authority. And then in doing so, Orange County Fire Authority, OCFA, wants a pressure test on a fire hydrant. They want a fire hydrant flow test. So we have to hire a consultant. They're going to come out, open a fire hydrant, and they test the pressure and volume of flow. and the city fire department has to come and watch it and verify it. And then after we get that data, then they can finalize the plans and approve them. So
it's such a hassle. And like me, regular citizen that doesn't even understand this, I'm like, why do we have to worry about whether the fire hydrant works right or not? Like, why is that on us? But it is. So we have to pay for that and wait for that.
Well, what it is the fire hydrant shows data of how the water pressure and volume is in this area. And that tells them how the fire sprinklers will work in the event that they're needed.
Right. So there you go. It takes a long time. It's just part of the process. And we're working through it. So stay tuned and watch out for our next one. We'll keep you filled in on all the progress.